in between the days where I add stuff, I'm going to show some other stuff that I do. I'm going to do the one that I did for forearms that pretty much made my grips really hard to break, to where people are saying stuff about it. Went from having terrible grip strength to doing this thing every day, and it tremendously helped. But in addition to that, I talked about doing 3 leg raises. 1, 2, 3. Kick on each side. Even if you're not lifting your leg that high, even if you can just, low. And that's a more fun exercise than, let's say, squats, which nobody really likes them too much unless it's with weights and you're lifting something. But something to help with that, stretching, just a basic toe touch. So if you get your feet together and you stretch down, and you have a timer at your feet, put a timer on your phone, and for 45 seconds, just let your body sink low into it. Then for 15 seconds, stand back up. So for 45 seconds stretch, 15 seconds. When it goes back, 45 more seconds. And then for 5 minutes, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. The 15 seconds off, then going back down, you'll sink lower and lower into it. Just a basic toe touch. That'll make this a whole lot easier. The foot that you're bouncing on is at a 45-degree angle, and that's my hurt foot, but anyway, just lift and try to hold and just balance like this, or even as low, just do that for 5 seconds at a time, then 10 seconds at a time. It'll start adding up. Balance, doing these things to get better balance. Like, I've slipped and should have fallen a number of times that I would have fallen in the past, and just doing these simple balance things help keep you from falling. But just on each leg, start with 5 seconds, then 10 seconds, and just hold. And then that'll help with the kicks too. Just holding like that. Just over and over again. It's a little awkward at first. Give your foot at a 45-degree angle and hold. Makes it a whole lot easier. And the stretching, the 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. Everything else is the same as it has been. Of course, when I'm going to add more to that. But something else, talked about this gradual progression, so then you're never too sore to do what you need to do during the day. The other day when I did all those sit-ups and stuff, sure enough, I had an issue. Had some idiot mother that had to get into it with, and the whole time I'm sitting there listening, in a couple hours I was listening to this fool, before it actually happened, I got to thinking, man, I hope he don't make me have to get to moving today. My stomach's pretty tight. Sure enough, the one time I don't do a gradual progression thing myself and go ahead and do that, all them sit-ups, leg raises I did the other day, after not doing them forever, sure enough, it happened. That's why I say the gradual progression thing. Of course, I knew what I was doing, he didn't. He's a little intoxicated too, whatever. So Zay will make it happen anyway, but I was thinking, it restricted my movement a little bit. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to do a video about that I'll put up tomorrow. Reflecting about it. Of course, I reflected about it the other day and I was feeling kind of emotional about it. Do it from a more rational, logical standpoint when I just evaluate it and don't judge it and talk about it objectively without putting any feelings into it. But that's something I'm definitely going to add into it. But anyway, on top of that, the thing for the grip strength, I just use a 45-pound bar. I've got my 35-pound dumbbell somewhere else. I usually start out with that. Do either 5 or 10 curls, just regular curls. Then I do immediately do 5 or 10 more. Usually 8 to 10 is what I do. Sometimes I'll do 8 curls like that, 8 hammer curls, and then I'll move on to the bar. But since I don't think I've got it up here, I'll just start with the bar. But it's the reps. It's not, of course, strength matters, but it's about being strong over an extended period of time. It's being really strong for like a tiny short amount of time and wearing out is not as good as being relatively strong for an extended period of time. it's something that I learned the hard way. But anyway, I'll start out. It's been a minute since I've done this too. Need to get back into all of it. Got lazy for a bit. But anyway, I'll usually start out with 5. And it's just the bar, which is not that much. Then I'll move my hands in. 3, 4, 5. Then I'll move them all the way in. Right there. Move them back out. Back in. So there's 25. I typically start with dumbbells. It's good that I don't have them up here because I ain't done them in a minute. Be too sore again, doing too much. But anyway, do the same thing. But I switch my grip, reverse curls. It's more forearms. Right there at the end. And bands are not expensive. Shoot. Oh my God, do I not have one up here? I'll do that next time. One on that. I almost always have it right here. Anyway, sorry about that. I'll add one tomorrow. Casey's getting ready to get home to talk on it more. But the gradual progression thing, there's a reason for it. The reason, the other day I saw the reason, dealt with the reason, all that tight. And I had to go handle a drunk dude. So, yeah, there's that. But the main thing, the stretching, it helps so much, just with everything. You'll feel better. Everything else, whenever you stretch and everything's looser, you're less likely to pull something or get an injury. With all this stuff, it's building you up. So anyways, 45 seconds on and then 15 seconds off. If you want to switch it up, you can start out your feet together, 45, 15, step about a foot apart, 45, 15, step another foot apart, 45, 15, till you are stepping reasonably far apart. And that's just the first part of it. I'm gonna do a whole lot more on stretching too. But Bill Superfoot Wallace, the fastest kicks ever recorded, that was his thing. And did a few seminars with him, and his stretches are incredible. And if you were to do his stretch routine for like 3 months, you'd be throwing head kicks 3 months from now, loose. But he stretched an hour and a half a day, which is a little bit unreasonable for the average person. But yeah, it's something, makes stuff tremendously easier. Just at the end of the first month, after I add another, 3 or so sets, you got to think about it. Once you're doing 50, 60 push-ups a day, every day, and actually I think it'll be up to about 60 push-ups. 60 push-ups, 60 squats, and you started at 10. That's a good bit every day for somebody to do. Most people are not doing that. So I know it's still not a lot like to the average gym goer, but like most people don't work out. If you, for the first month from where you started to then, and then it's going to be like that between month 1 and month 2, and it adds up. So, it's something I believe in, and else I wouldn't be talking about it. And you know, I got a couple family members doing this along with me. And it's, you can start, like my point is, so you can start from nothing, not working out in forever, do this. And yeah, you'll be a little sore if you ain't done anything at all, but you can build without being too compromised. So anyway, that's it.